Welcome everybody to PDN 3, a weekly series where you can learn an instructional strategy, behavior strategy, or practical application of a tech tool in 3 minutes or less. This is part 3 of our series focusing on targeted instruction in small groups. Now that we're comfortable with how to set up small groups in both brick and mortar or digital academy, we're going to be honing in specifically on some high yield strategies that you can use with your ELA groups. Specifically, we're going to be looking at one component of reading, vocabulary, and educational researcher Dr. Robert Marzano's recommendations for teaching vocabulary. In the snippets from the lesson that follows, you're going to learn 3 principles and 6 steps to effectively target instruction in vocabulary in small groups. Let's dive in.
So it's called RIP, Thanks George by Hannah Ford.
Vocabulary instruction is most effective when taught within the context of a piece of text.
So we're going to pull some vocabulary words out, but I'm going to have you help me do that.
Increasing the relevancy of a learning activity can be accomplished by incorporating student voice and choice. Allowing students to choose which words to focus on puts them in the driver's seat.
Highlight or circle a few of the words in that paragraph that maybe you're wondering about or you're not sure what they mean.
Choosing a juicy paragraph in a familiar text allows for a deep dive into Tier 2 vocabulary without being overwhelming. Shoot for 5 to 6 quality Tier 2 words. Step 1. Explain. Provide a student-friendly description, explanation, or example of the new term.
We saw this when students were using a dictionary that had been printed off from the internet in student-friendly language.
Step 2. Restate. Ask students to restate the description, explanation, or example in their own words.
Students did this frequently throughout this lesson by talking about their understanding of the vocabulary.
All right, so who can tell me what is a fastener?
Like a zipper button.
So
Step 3. Show. Ask students to construct a picture, symbol, or graphic representation of the term.
Students here, instead of drawing a picture of their own, are connecting the vocabulary word with the images present in the informational text.
okay, so do we have any clues in there that help us know what that word patent means?
Step 4. Discuss. Engage students periodically in structured vocabulary discussions that help them add to their knowledge of the terms in their vocabulary notebooks.
These students loved talking about the words within the context of the text and also within their own understanding based on their background knowledge.
Step 5. Refine and reflect. Periodically ask students to return to their notebooks to discuss and refine entries.
Students will do this after small group instruction.
Step 6. Apply in learning games. Involve students periodically in games that allow them to play with terms.
Additionally, you could track student ownership of vocabulary by looking for these vocabulary words in their writing and in classroom discussion. We know that when students are using words spontaneously, we've won.
For more information on these and other strategies, please check out fcrr.org. This has been your PDN 3.